Hello, my fellow fan fiction readers. It is I, Dark Symphony 777. With a fan fiction reading, as always, a link to the story will be in the description below. Please like, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell for notification, and leave a comment in the comment section below for any future ideas of any reviews or readings, as well as your thoughts on the story. Don't worry, my next review is coming along swimmingly. I'm going to review Two Pretonia, stuff like that. But we're not here for updates on what my next review is going to be. It's going to be a reading. Yeah, brother. I like wrestling. Brother. So the story I'm going to read is called Oatmeal. It's written by Daryl Snye. I believe that's pronounced right. And it's a Urusei Yatura FanFiction. I never heard of Urusei Yatura before. I actually looked it up. When I found out, it's like, what is this? And I looked at the art and it's like, why does that remind me so much of Ranma 1/2? I thought, why not? So please enjoy this reading. It's a humor sci-fi starring Yatura and Ben 10 I have no idea who these characters are. So if I end up destroying... Oh, okay. You say yourself a fan like Daryl Snyder. Daryl? I never heard of a name called Daryl. No, never mind. So let's get started. Yo, Lum, you up yet? Ben 10 banged on the hatch of Lum Invader's flying saucer, leaning slightly off her hover bike several feet in the air. The hatch then abruptly opened, revealing the Oni herself. Okay, so she's the chick with, like, the blue hair. Because when I looked it up, I saw... The first picture I saw was basically like a blue-haired chick with, like, a leopard print leotard and like little orange. I'm guessing this is Lum. I'm just guessing. Revealing the Oni herself, who put a finger to her lips before silently beckoning her friend inside. The alien biker chick promptly climbed off her bike and into the saucer, uncaring of the potential lethal drop if she slipped. She'd done it many times before, after all. Okay. After quietly closing the hatch, Lum motioned for Ben 10 to follow her into the kitchen, from where a slightly sweet smell was emanating. Once the door was closed, Ben 10 spoke up. So, what's with all the hush-hush? Darling's still sleeping, Lum explained. I didn't want... Your... Well... W-A-N apostrophe... I have never... One sec. I'm fine. Smithers! Yes, that's for the words. Or, I don't know. Should I do Mr. Burns or should I do the count for my fanfiction, for my grammar stuff? I don't know. I like both. I didn't want. Why did you have to put that apostrophe there? I can't. Now I'm stuck just being confused over this. Oh boy. I didn't want your banging waking him up, Chuck. I'm just kidding. Benton nodded as she looked over towards a large pot on the stove. So what, you trying to cook him breakfast in bed or something? Exactly, Lum nodded. No offense, Lum, the biker shook her head. But don't you remember what happened last time you tried to cook for Moroboshi? It's just oatmeal cha. Oh, okay. Is that like... Okay, so it's like a character tick. Because it's like... I can understand... I got confused over the up cha, but now oatmeal cha? I have a feeling that's... Correct me if I'm right or wrong. Because again, I never even heard of the show. Never heard of this anime. A real simple recipe I found on Earth's internet. Even I couldn't mess this up. That's what Rarity said when she asked Sweetie Belle to make a salad and then her kitchen got set on fire. How can you set a salad on fire? Oh, that always ends up bad whenever I hear that. Right, Ben 10 sighed. So why are you making so much of it? Moroboshi ain't a big eater like that dub monk. The Oni blushed a little. Well, I didn't have some of the right measuring cups and stuff, so I had to upscale the recipe. I mean, I just thought I could refrigerate the rest, yeah. With that, she took a wooden spoon and stirred the cooking oatmeal. It's on paper. That's actually not a bad idea. I mean, honestly, if you're making oatmeal and you don't know and you don't have the exact measuring cups to measure stuff, some people, if they have to make for like a big enough thing, they'll actually just go off the consistency of how the oatmeal stirs. So it's like if it feels too liquidy, add a little more oats. If it feels a little too thick, add some water, and then try and build up the right consistency, but also make sure there's enough for people. And so it's a good idea. With that, let's see. With that, she took a wooden spoon and stirred the cooking oatmeal, or tried to anyway. Oops, must have used too much starch. Yeah. Benton, can you get the yeast from? Wait a minute. Yeast, starch. Okay, I can get the starch, but yeast. Can you use yeast in oatmeal? I'm more used to like using the pack, so it's like I don't even know what goes into oatmeal now that I think about it. Huh. That's something I would want to learn. Okay, but let's get off the semantics. A handful should work, muttered. Wait, I just went too far. Sure thing. Her friend nodded, walking over to the closet and looking through it. Yeast. Aha! Found it! She pulled out a bag full with white powder, though it clearly wasn't flour. How much you need? A handful should work, muttered Lum, still trying to stir her concoction. So Benton grabbed a handful and tossed it in, after which Lum found it easier to stir. But then it began to bubble violently, the oatmeal overflowing and spilling all over the stovetop. Cha-cha! That's not supposed to happen, Lum cried as she switched off the heat. What did you give me? I wanted earth yeast! Benton looked at the label. Whoops. It said Oni Super Yeast. Benton, you idiot! Screamed Lum as she literally threw the pot off the stove to remove it from the heat. Its contents spilling all over the floor. Even I know you never add more than a pinch of that stuff to anything, Cha. As she said this, the oatmeal began to rapidly expand, bubbling as soon as it covered the entire. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm getting the blob flashbacks. Oh, fuck me, the biker said as she felt the gooey stuff begin to rise up her legs. I gotta go open that door, she exclaimed as she began to make her way in that direction. Lum tried to levitate herself out of the oatmeal, but it clung to her lower legs, pulling her back in. It's like quicksand, Cha. She pulled out one leg and then the other to no avail. Gritting her teeth, Benton managed to yank one leg out of the slop, moving herself forward as best she could. Adrenaline surged through her as she finally made her way to the door, pressing the open button. Only the buzz as it flashed with a red X at her. Damn it, she cursed. The oatmeal's jamming the door. It'll only open from the other side now. As she said this, she became aware of said oatmeal now swirling around her waist. Geez, some breakfast this is. We might have to eat our way out of this crap if this keeps up. Lum wasn't paying attention to her friend, however, more concerned with her own predicament. As the oatmeal rose higher and higher up her ribcage before beginning to cradle her bosom. That's something I thought I would never read in something ever. Help! This oatmeal is groping me. Just cradling my bosom. I never thought I'd ever read something like that in my life. Only in fan fiction. Only in fan fiction. She tried to push herself upward with her arms, only for them to sink in as well, quickly getting glued stuck. As the only wig wriggled in her entrapment, she was surprised at how nice it felt. It was warm, but not too much so. Though it stuck to her skin, she could feel it ripple and jiggle with every move she made. Almost as if it was massaging her. No! 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 Are we gonna get oatmeal rape now? No, that's just weird. That's just weird. And then just going off a cliff and saying, going into hentai. Next destination, Japan. Oh boy. Where was I? Let's see. Lum drew in a shaky breath as she closed her eyes, continuing to half-heartedly struggle in the thick oatmeal. Lum. A small smile spread over her face from the sensation. It was just so warm, so sticky, gooey, and jiggly. Oh my god. This is cringy. Lum! She gasped as she jerked back to reality, focusing once more on Benton, who was stuck as deeply as she was. though she managed to keep her arms clear. Damn it, Lum, this isn't a mud bath. We're in serious shit here. Sorry, Lum apologized, flushing a bit. Then something occurred to her. Where's the rest of the Super Yicha? Benton quickly looked around, as did Lum. Their eyes simultaneously locked onto the bag of super yeast that floated on the surface of the oatmeal, only for it to slide beneath the surface. The oatmeal started to bubble again. No! It's gonna... cried Lum in horror. Now it's gonna fill the whole kitchen. Shit, Benton pressed the open button again in panic, before said button was swallowed by the expanding oatmeal, which lifted up Benton and Love due to buoyancy. Again, something I thought I'd never read. Oatmeal so thick you can swim in it! Looking up at the rapidly approaching ceiling, Benton cried, "We're gonna smother in this crap." Love's mind raced as she tried to think of a way out of this peril. Then it hit her. "Darling!" she cried. "Darling!" Quickly catching on, Benton began to shout as well. "Moroboshi, wake up! We're in trouble here!" "Darling, help!" she screamed Lum, her fear multiplying tenfold as her head gently collided with the ceiling, the oatmeal swallowing her bosom and flowing into her cleavage. "Moroboshi, wake your lazy ass up already!" Benton yelled as loud as she could, even as the oatmeal sucked in her shoulders and rose up her neck. "Darling!" Lum's screams were cut off as the thick oatmeal flowed into her open mouth before plugging her nose. The two women only had time to glance at each other in terror before the oatmeal completely engulfed them. No, Lum thought desperately. It can't end like this, not like this, because that'd be an incredibly stupid way to go. If you died by oatmeal! Fuck, what a way to go, thought Benton as she continued to writhe in her gooey encasement, trying desperately to keep the oatmeal from entering her lungs. But at least it doesn't taste too bad. Oh, okay. A few minutes earlier, Ataru Moroboshi was having a wonderful dream. He was running through a field of alien flowers with a strangely sweet smell to them, pursuing Lum and Benton fairies, which called softly to him, though he didn't seem to be making much headway. Finally, he managed to close the distance a bit, only for the Benton fairy to turn to him and say something along the lines of, "Wake your lazy ass up already!" Which he did. His eyes blinked open, seeing the ceiling of Lum's saucer. The fairies and flowers vanished. Groaning, he slowly sat up. Damn it, Benton-sama, you just had to go and ruin it. However, despite now being awake, he could still smell that slightly sweet smell. It seemed to be coming from the kitchen. Uh-oh. Is Lum trying to cook breakfast for me or something? Deciding he better try to head that off at the pass so they could eat something edible at a fast food joint or something, he got out of bed, dressed only in boxer shorts, making his way to the kitchen floor and pressing the open button. Door appears to be jammed. Override, he spoke the... Oh. Door appears to be jammed. Override spoke the AI, onboard AI. Yes, Ataru answered firmly. The door groaned as it finally slid open, revealing a solid mass of oatmeal. Oh shit. Only his lightning-fast reflexes developed from enduring several seasons of supernatural slapstick comedy saved him from getting swallowed up as he dove out of the way. The oatmeal brushed past him, colliding with the opposite wall before beginning to spread out through the saucer. "Damn it, too late," yelled the pervert as he scrambled for the hatch. She did it again! The oatmeal engulfed his feet, causing him to fall down on his hands and knees. Fumbling for the release latch, he found something and turned it as hard as he could, breathing a sigh of relief as he heard a muffled clip. Only to realize he made a mistake as the hatch opened, showing him a very long drop to the streets below as gravity took over. "Ah!" Ataru screamed as he fell out of the saucers to certain doom, only to have the wind knocked out of him as a pair of handlebars hit him in the gut. Benton's bike, oatmeal pouring over him, he managed to get in the seat and rev the hover bike into gear, driving clear of the gooey porridge that continued to pour out of the saucer, which landed directly on Ataru's house. Oh, that has to hurt. Right in the pride. Slowly bearing... Oh, yeah, Mom and Dad are gonna love that, he thought bitterly. A pair of screams caught his attention, looking back to see two relatively human-shaped lumps of oatmeal fall out of the spacecraft. Lum and Benton! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah! Oh no! I couldn't resist. Ataru yelled as he turned the bike around, wiping off the control panel. Tractor beam! Where's the tractor beam? He pressed the button, hoping it was the right one. Thankfully it was, as the two women stopped in midair, a good amount of oatmeal slowing off their bodies. Lum sputtered as she wiped the gooey stuff from her face. Her eyes focused on her betrothed. "Darling, you saved us!" she cried happily. "About time, Moriboshi," said Benton, as she spat oatmeal from her mouth. "My life was flashing before my eyes, for crying out loud." Ataru put his hand behind his head sheepishly. Sorry. Lum then flew over to Benton, lifting her in a bridal carry. "Okay, I got her. Darling, you can shut off the tractor beam now, Sha." This Ataru did, the two ladies flying up to him. "Move over, Moriboshi," Benton ordered, which Ataru gladly did, shifting back as Benton climbed onto the driver's seat. "Oh, my poor baby," she lamented as she wiped more oatmeal off the dash. "This is going to take weeks to clean up." "He got off easy," Benton, Lum retorted. "Do you have any idea as to how long it's going to take to clean out my saucer? You just paid a bit more attention to what yeast you were grabbing, Chia." The biker's sweat dropped. "Damn it. Sorry, Lum. Worst thing is, that oatmeal probably would have turned out okay if I hadn't screwed up." "Oatmeal?" Ataru scraped a little off Benton with his finger before putting it in his mouth. This actually isn't half bad." "Ataru!" An older female voice echoed from below, "And there's Mom running cue." He sighed. "Well, guess we better head down there and own up," muttered Benton, nodding in agreement. A little while later, Miss Moriboshi rubbed her temples. "So, let me get this straight. You, Lum, were trying to cook some oatmeal for Ataru, then Benton added the wrong kind of yeast, which caused it to grow out of control. Then Ataru opened the hatch and caused it all to spill onto the house." She glared at her son. "Mother, please," Lum injected. "If Darling hadn't done what he did, Benton and I would have been smothered, Sha. Better to have your house buried than to bury us in the ground, Sha." "Not that I'm defending this pervert," Benton added, "but if he hadn't been for stupid me, this wouldn't have happened in the first place." She bowed repentantly. "I'm sorry, Miss Moriboshi." Ataru's mother heaved a sigh. "Well, alright. I suppose I can let my son off the hook just this once. You're all still helping to clean up this mess, though." "Actually, Mom, I think it's already being cleaned up." Ataru pointed behind his mother, causing her to turn around. Sure enough, there was Ray in tiger bull form, happily slurping away at the oatmeal that engulfed the house. Cherry was also there, carefully scraping oatmeal into a large bowl with a wooden spoon, before simply tossing the whole bowlful into his mouth. "I warned you that doom would fall upon your house today," the monk admonished. "You should have listened to me." "You say that every day, Sakurambo." I think I butchered that name. Ataru objected. Lum sighed. "Well, at least this day can't get any worse, Sha." "Lum!" An angry voice called out. The Oni looked over to see her childhood friend Ran, who seemed extremely ticked off. "Ran-chan, what's wrong? What's wrong, Sha?" "What's wrong?" the pink-haired alien girl growled. "My Ray-sama is eating delicious food that you made!" She whipped out a bazooka. "Anime logic! Are you trying to steal him away from me again?" She pulled the trigger. "Yeep!" Lum squeaked as she ducked, an explosion going off behind her. Wait, Yan-chan, it's not what you think, ya! "Like hell it is!" Ron retorted as she reloaded, prompting Lum to fly away in panic as she fired again. "No, Ron-chan, I made it for Darling!" The Oni insisted as she fled, barely dodging another explosion. "I don't see him eating it," Ron yelled back as she gave chase. The remaining trio could only watch them go in disbelief. "And yet another typical day dawns in Tomobiki," Ataru muttered. "Yep," Benton concurred. "So that's the story. I don't think it was that funny, but that's more due to the fact I don't know anything about these characters. I don't know about Urusei Yatura or whatever it's called. So I mean, maybe, who knows? Maybe if I actually knew about the show and watched a couple episodes and knew the characters, stuff like that, I may have actually laughed. But I don't find it funny because I don't know anything about this world. I mean, yeah, there were a couple jokes. There was the stuff about the oatmeal and her and Lum kind of getting calm over the oatmeal massager, because I thought that was creepy, but also kind of hilarious. But that's really it. Again, if I knew the source material, I mean, who knows? Maybe I would have actually found the story hilarious. But you know, I can't exactly, you know, if I find something I don't know about, and I read it, and I read and I read a comic story, and I'm not gonna know who the characters are. I'm not gonna know what's happening because I just don't know. Truthfully, aside from that one grammar error, I can't really see anything wrong with the story. But seriously, that one grammar error, that's just that's just. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just that one grammar error though. I didn't went. Why is that just get rid of the apostrophe? That's really the only change I would suggest with that story. Just get rid of that one apostrophe right there. There is no other grammar errors. There's nothing wrong with the characters. Again, that's more due to the fact I don't know anything about the characters. There's nothing wrong with the plot because it's just a simple random plot of Oatmeal turning into the blob and slowly swallowing up everyone. So I can't. There's nothing wrong with the story. I would give it a 4, just to be on the safe side because maybe I don't know. Maybe the score might have been different. I may lower it to a 3, although that's more on the safe side because I feel that since I don't know the source material, I don't really want to label it bad or good because I don't know anything about the characters. If this was like Rama, I probably would change it a little bit. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that's my reading of Oatmeal. Again, sorry for not talking that much because again, I don't know that much about the story. I don't know much about Urusei Yatura. So I don't know. Maybe you might tell me a little bit more. Or maybe I might do some research on the story. I will see you next time probably on my next fanfiction review to Peritonia. I will see you next time. This has been Dark Symphony 777 and cut.